Best soybean farming practices for maximum farm income. Session 1. This is nitrogen fixation optimization, which is the biological advantage. Understanding soybeans' nitrogen fixing superpower. The single greatest economic advantage of soybean farming, the characteristic that makes soybeans uniquely profitable among major crops, is their remarkable ability to form symbiotic relationships with rhizobium bacteria that fix atmospheric nitrogen, potentially providing 50 to 80% or more of the crop's total nitrogen requirement through biological fixation rather than expensive synthetic fertilizer, saving farmers between $60 to $120 per acre in nitrogen costs compared to corn or other non-legume crops. Yet most farmers fail to optimize this biological nitrogen fixation, losing between 30 to 50% of potential fixation through poor inoculation practices, soil conditions that inhibit rhizobia, or management that favors fertilizer uptake over biological fixation, essentially paying for expensive nitrogen when the crop could produce it for free. Therefore, understanding the rhizobium-soybean symbiosis transforms how you approach fertility management. Specialized rhizobium bacteria, known as Bradyrhizobium japonicum for soybeans, colonize young soybean roots, forming distinctive pink nodules where the bacteria convert atmospheric nitrogen gas into ammonia that plants can use, receiving sugars from the plant as payment, creating a perfect mutualistic relationship where both organisms benefit. A well-nodulated, healthy soybean crop can fix between 100 to 200 pounds of nitrogen per acre, more than enough to meet the crop's need of 50 to 60, of between 50 to 60 pounds per bushel produced, eliminating nitrogen fertilizer requirements entirely, while potentially leaving residual nitrogen benefiting following crops. The economics are stark and compelling. Nitrogen fertilizer costing between 0.70 to 100 to $1 per pound means that providing 150 pounds nitrogen for a corn crop costs between $105 to $150 per acre, while that same nitrogen fixed biologically in soybeans costs essentially nothing beyond modest inoculation expenses of $3 to $8 per acre, a $97 to $142 per acre saving that flows directly to net profit. However, achieving optimal nitrogen fixation requires understanding and managing several critical factors: proper inoculation, ensuring adequate rhizobia population, soil pH between 6.0 to 7.0, acidity below 5.8 severely restricts nodulation, adequate soil moisture, waterlogging or drought stress reduces fixation, proper fertility, especially adequate phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, and micronutrients, avoiding excessive soil nitrogen, because high residual nitrogen or applied nitrogen suppresses nodulation as plants use available soil nitrogen instead of investing energy in biological fixation. And selecting varieties with good nodulation characteristics. Most importantly, never apply nitrogen fertilizer to soybeans except in a very nitrogen deficient soils. This represents false economy that reduces biological fixation while costing money. This is how you can implement effective inoculation programs. For fields with no recent soybean history, like 3 years plus since soybeans had been grown in those fields, inoculation is absolutely essential, providing the rhizobia bacteria necessary for nodulation. Select high-quality commercial inoculant containing viable Bradyrhizobium japonicum at concentrations of 100 million cells or more per dose. Checking expiration dates and storage conditions. Inoculants require cool storage and die rapidly when overheated. Therefore, apply inoculant at planting using one of several methods. Seed treatment, that is coating seeds with the liquid or peat-based inoculant immediately before planting. Most common method, that is costing $3 to $6 per acre. In furrow application, applying liquid inoculant directly into seed furrow as planting. More reliable establishment, especially in challenging conditions, costing between $6 to $10 per hectare. Or pre-inoculated seed, purchasing seed that has been commercially inoculated and pelleted, which is a bit most expensive, at between $8 to $15 per acre premium, but most convenient and reliable. Never mix inoculant with fungicide seed treatment containing metalaxyl, captan, or other compounds toxic to rhizobia. If using fungicide seed treatment, choose rhizobia safe products or apply inoculant in furrow rather than on seeds. For fields with recent soybean history, re-inoculation provides insurance against nodulation failure from various stresses and often increases yields 2 to 5 bushels per hectare, which is worth between $20 to $50, despite established rhizobia populations, easily justifying the 2 to 8% to $8 costs. This yield response occurs because fresh inoculant provides competitive superior rhizobia strains, ensures adequate populations despite soil stresses, and provide insurance against nodulation failure from adverse conditions. The practice is particularly valuable during drought stress in acidic soils or following aggressive tillage that may reduce rhizobia populations. Verify successful nodulation by digging plants 4 to 6 weeks after emergency, carefully washing soil from roots and examining for pink nodules. Pink interior color indicates active nitrogen fixing, while white or green nodules indicate non-functioning or stressed nodules. Well-nodulated plants show 10 to 30 plus nodules per plant, distributed along the taproot and lateral roots. If nodulation is poor, fewer than 5 to 6 nodules per plant or white interior color. Investigate causes. Is it soil pH issue? Tests and lime if needed. Moisture stress, improve damage or improve drainage or irrigation. Nutrient deficiency, especially molybdenum, which is essential for nitrogen fixation, or poor inoculation quality or application. Therefore, early detection allows corrective action, including supplemental nitrogen application, preventing severe yield loss. Next is best soybean farming practices for maximum farm income, session number 2.